In this video, we will take a look at one of the most powerful benefits of working in Revit, and it's called the single coordinated building model. To understand it, we can start from a model. I am using the sample architecture project. I expect everyone to have access to this model, which comes as a suggestion from Revit. After that, go to Schedule or Quantities in the project browser and right-click on it. Then select New Schedule or Quantities. In Category, select Windows and then OK. Now you can, for example, choose Height, Width, and Family and Type. Now we can also start by opening the tabs North Elevation, 3D View, and Level 2 in Floor Plans. Because in this 3D model there is sloping terrain, and Level 2 is more clear in the 3D model view. Now we can also close this tab. We do not need for this explanation. Remember that these tabs which are open now can always be found here in the project browser. You can always easily find the tabs and double-click them by name. Once we have the 4 tabs open, you can go to the View tab here on the ribbon, and we are going to click on this Tile View button. As you can see, the tabs are divided into 4 separate tiles so that each one occupies its own part of the screen. We have to try to adapt a little. You can do this by right-clicking in each tile and choosing Zoom to Fit. You can repeat it in all tabs. We should adjust the 3D view and zoom in a little closer to the north of the project, since we have chosen the north elevation. You can click once in the tab to activate the tab. Now you can hold the mouse pointer over any area and then roll the mouse wheel up until you are zoomed in. You can also use this box to customize the 3D view. We see in the level 2 view that the drawing looks like mirroring the letter L from above. If we look at the 3D model from above, we can find the same thing. Now we can adjust the 3D model until we see the north side and until it's clear to us in the view. Can you also zoom in a bit on the level 2 view? The aim here is to focus on the same area shown simultaneously in the north elevation, floor plan, and the 3D model. Remember to place the mouse near the area that you want to zoom in. After that, we can look at the first example of what we mean by the single coordinated building model. Click anywhere in the 3D view to activate the view. Be careful not to click on objects. Place the mouse near this window in the 3D view, for example. When it's highlighted, you can click to select it. Notice that the window will not only be highlighted in the 3D view, but also on the north elevation and floor plan. That is because we choose the same window in all 3 places. There are not 3 separate windows. These open tabs are not separate drawings. This is just one model you look at from 3 different vantage points. You can select this window in any view that suits you. Now, for example, we can activate the floor plan view by clicking in an empty place. Remember, you can use Escape on the keyboard anytime to cancel the previous selection. Now we click on the window in the floor plan level 2. Notice that it highlights in the other 2 views as well, because it's the same window. The same applies if you had chosen the north elevation. Now that we have selected this window, we can move it as we want. We can move the window, mark it in floor plan view with the arrow keys on the keyboard. Now, for example, I move the window using the arrow key. Notice the change in the other views. In the 3D view, you can use the up and down arrows. If we move the down arrow, notice that it will move the window down. We call this nudging. To move up again, you can use the up arrow. Notice that this happens in all other views. Whatever change you make in one view will be immediately reflected in all the other views. You can also change what you want in the north elevation view like other views. Now we can click on the window schedule tab to make it active. Here are lists of all windows in the project. Click on them one by one until you see some of the windows highlighted in other views. We select this and see that it's marked in all the other views. We can make modification here too. For example, change the width and height of the window. Notice that the window marked in all three views has changed according to what value we have chosen. Now I have only looked at a few simple examples to illustrate to you what I mean by the single coordinated building model. I hope the exercise convinces you how powerful this feature is. You can make changes to the model in any view that suits you, even if you do not see the changes immediately in the other views. You can be sure that these changes will be fully coordinated throughout the building information model. Thank you.